Hi everyone, my name is Abby, and today I will be sharing some fun activities for us to work on. The title of today's activity is Out of the Box. It is a project for pre-K students ages 4 to 5, and this is a social studies activity that covers cultural identity. The purpose of this activity is to have your children express themselves, their own unique style, and culture. So the story that I'm going to read today is called Suki's Kimono, and it is by Chieri Uegaki and illustrated by Stephanie George. And then, here we go. On the first day of school, Suki wanted to wear her kimono. Her sisters did not approve. "You can't wear that," said Mari. "People will think you're weird." "You can't wear that," says Yumi. "Everyone will laugh and no one will play with you." "You need something new, Suki. You need something cool." But Suki shook her head. She didn't care for new, and she didn't care for cool. She wanted to wear her favorite thing, and her favorite thing was her kimono. Suki's Obachkin had given her the kimono. The first time Suki wore it, her Obachkin took her to a street festival where they slurped bowls of slippery, cold salmon noodles and shared some crunchy shaved ice topped with a sweet red bean sauce. Under strings of paper lanterns, Suki joined her Obachkin in a circle dance. She followed her and copied her movements, trying to be as light and as graceful. She watched the other women and children who danced, especially those who were dressed in cotton kimonos just like her. Later, Suki sat so close to the stage that when the taco drummers performed, boom, 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 she felt like she swallowed a ball of thunder, and her whole insides quaked and quivered. Before they left the festival, Suki and her Obachkin stopped at a souvenir stand. There were so many things to choose from, but her Obachkin found the prettiest thing of all, a handkerchief of pale pink linen, decorated with tiny maple leaves and cherry blossoms. When she gave it to Suki, she said, "This will help you remember our day." Now it was time for school. Mother checked Suki's obi one last time and took a picture of Mari, Yumi, and Suki together by the front steps. Then, as she watched the three sisters make their way down the block all the way to school, Mari and Yumi stayed several paces ahead of Suki and pretended they didn't know her. But Suki didn't mind. She turned and waved to her mother before she clip-clopped along in her shiny red gaita, feeling very pleased in her fan-patterned blue kimono. Once in a while, Suki would lift her arms and let the butterfly sleeves flutter in the breeze. It made her feel like she had grown her own set of wings. When they reached the school, Mari and Yumi hurried across the yard to a group of their friends. Suki stopped and she looked around. Some of the children turned and stared at her, and others giggled and pointed at her kimono. But Suki ignored them. She took a seat on the swing to wait for the bell. A girl dressed in overalls, just like a pair Suki had at home, sat on the swing beside her. "Hi, Suki," said the girl. "Hi, Penny." "How come you're dressed so funny?" Penny asked. "Where did you get those shoes?" Suki lifted her feet off the sand and wiggled her toes. "I'm not dressed funny," she said. "My grandma gave me these shoes." Suki started pumping her legs. After a moment, Penny did the same, and soon they were both swinging as fast and as high as they could. Swoosh, swoosh, up and up. When the bell rang, Suki and Penny jumped off of their swings and ran to the gym for the first day assembly. Once they were finally taken into their new classroom, Suki chose a desk near the window. Penny chose a desk right next to Suki. As they waited for everyone to find their seat, two boys in the front of Suki turned and snickered behind their hands. One of the boys reached over and snatched at Suki's sleeve. "Look at this," he said. "She's a bat." Suki felt her cheeks burn, but she did not respond. Instead, she concentrated on sitting up straight and tall the way her botchkin always did. It was easy to do, with an obi wrapped snug around her middle. Her obi was golden yellow, and in its folds, Suki had tucked away her pale pink handkerchief. "Welcome to the first grade," said the teacher. "My name is Miss Poggio." She smiled. "Let's introduce ourselves and tell everyone what we did this summer." When it was her turn to speak, Suki stood up and told the teacher her name. "Hello, Suki," said Miss Poggio. "What did you do this summer?" "My grandma visited us," she said, straightening her sleeves. "She brought me my kimono and gaita." Suki raised her foot to show the teacher the wooden clog. Somewhere in the classroom, someone laughed, but Suki took a deep breath and continued. The best thing was that she took me to a festival, and there was dancing girls dressed just like me, and they danced like this. She took a few steps and swayed her arms sideways. "Look how she's dancing," someone said, but Suki didn't hear. She hummed the music and she remembered hearing at the festival. She remembered how it felt to dance barefoot in the open air on fresh-cut grass that tickled her toes. She tried to picture the other dancers, how they moved forward in the circle to the rhythm of the music, how they stomped their feet, first right, then left, swung their arms, fist up, then down, how they stepped back and back and back, then clapped. When Suki couldn't remember the next step, she made it up. "Just keep dancing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, stop." When she finished, the room seemed very quiet. Everyone was watching her. Suki sat down, wondering if she was in trouble. But Miss Poggio said, "That was wonderful, Suki," and she started to clap. Then so did Penny, and after a moment, so did the entire class. After school, the three sisters walked home together. Mari and Yumi grumbled about their first day. "No one even noticed my new sweater," said Mari. "No one even noticed my cool shoes," said Yumi. But Suki just smiled, and she clip-clopped along behind them. Suki pulled out the pale pink handkerchief from her obi and held it up over her head to catch the wind. And in her blue cotton kimono and in her shiny red gaita, Suki danced all the way home. And that's the story that we read. All right, so for our activities, these are mostly materials that can be found around your house, and those materials include scissors, markers, crayons or colored pencils, coffee filters, construction paper, a toilet paper roll, glue or tape, tissue paper, paper towels, a straw, and a cup of water. So within this project, there are 3 separate choices of what can be made on what you want to make. You don't have to do all 3, but you can definitely do 1 or 2 or all of them if you want to. In this project, you're going to think about what you would wear on your first day of school. It can be something no one else would wear. It could include your own favorite colors, shapes, designs, patterns, and it can relate to your own specific culture. My first example is a picture that I decided to do of me wearing a tie-dye shirt and jeans. And in this design, I used my own favorite colors. I like red and purple and green and orange. And so to make the shirt and the pants, I took a coffee filter and flattened it out, and then I drew with marker on it in whatever colors I wanted. I chose my favorite colors. And then I took a straw and dipped it in a cup of water and plugged the top of it so the water would stay in the straw, and then let all the water fall into my coffee filter. Then that way all your water will mix together and make all your colors form into like a tie-dye looking version. So after you're done that, you're gonna let your coffee filter sit aside and dry. And once it's nice and dry, you can draw the shape of the outfit that you want to wear. So if you want to wear a dress or a jacket or a shirt and pants, you can draw that and then cut out the shape. Then you're going to glue or tape it to your piece of construction paper or whatever paper you have. Then you get to draw your arms and your shoes that you want to wear, or if you don't want to wear shoes. And you're going to draw yourself and what you would look like on your first day of school. That's my first activity. And then for my second one, I decided to make a outfit out of a toilet paper roll. So you're going to take your toilet paper roll, and then with your construction paper, you can cut out your dress, your shorts, your pants, your t-shirt, a jacket, a kimono, a scarf, a hat, whatever you want to wear on your first day of school. So then you get to color and draw whatever designs you want. On mine, I decided to do stars on my shirt, and I added little buttons on my pants, and then I cut out my head and my hair and my arms. So you can do that activity on a toilet paper roll. And then for the third activity, I just decided to do a drawing. And for this, I just took a piece of regular construction paper or any paper you have, and I decided to give myself a shirt. I did a pink shirt and a pair of jeans again. And on my shirt, I decided to draw hearts as my design, and I colored in my hair and my face and my pants and my shirt, and you're just gonna draw and design what you would wear on your first day of school. So you can do any of these 3 activities and make it your own unique style. For anyone who might not have any coffee filters at home, you can try coloring and using the water on tissue paper or even a paper towel and let it dry, and then watch the color begin to spread. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you had a fun time thinking out of the box and designing your own very outfit.